Welcome back. Today is Friday, August 2nd. I took the last couple of days off just because that app outage was really messy with me. I was out here for hours not getting orders, and I figured, you know what, it's not worth my time. I decided just to go out, have some fun, went and hang out with some friends, did a little bit of golfing. Took the last 2 days off. I'm a little sore, but hey, you know, we're back at it. It's Friday. We all got some jobs to do, so let's knock out some jobs. Currently, I have knocked out 3 orders. Real quick, I do plan on still taking those $0 tips, and I also kind of want to go over today with you guys on some of the things that I do to keep myself entertained in between these periods of no orders. Because Instacart, you get times where you're not really doing anything, a lot of downtime. But anyways, let's go over these orders. Today, my first order was a Sprouts, super easy, 7 items. We knocked it out in about 19 minutes. It was a mile and 1.3 miles. And our total for that was $10.87. As we were dropping that off, there was a Habit order that popped up. It's a burger joint for about half a mile, 10 minutes, $5, fairly easy. Picked up another order right on top of that, just layering these orders from Instacart. So it's Instacart, DoorDash. Now we're back to Instacart. Another Sprouts order, 10 items, 2.1 miles. This one took me a little longer just because it was a layered order, and then at the same time I was waiting for the customer to respond. I got paid, or it was 36 minutes, and we got paid $11.21. The subtotal will be right there. I don't actually have it just yet. It's around $27, I'm assuming. Overall, it's been a good day, and we're going to keep this ball rolling. We're going to see if we can get any $0 tip orders, put that experiment to the test. At the same time, I will go over how I keep myself entertained here with you guys in a bit in one of the next clips. Stay around, and please, if you guys keep coming back and you're not subscribed, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're trying to build that following here. I've been getting some pretty good orders today, but the issue with today is there's a lot of breaks in between, a lot of downtime, and unfortunately that's what you get with Instacart sometimes. I haven't been able to get any of those $0 tips, but hey, you know what? There's a good reason for me to kind of talk to you guys about what I do during my downtimes. Before that, I am going to jump into the few orders that I did get. The first one was a Smart and Final order. I was actually on a DoorDash order. It was paying, I think, $7 or $8. It was a pickup from a Mexican restaurant. The drop-off was pretty easy. It was like a 3-to-1, 4-to-1 on the dollar to mile ratio. But this Smart and Final order popped up for Instacart, and I just couldn't pass it up. So I went ahead and I canceled my DoorDash order, and I picked up this Smart and Final order. 19 items. 2.1 miles, knocked it out in 51 minutes, and I got paid $39.02. It was one of my regulars, so I wanted to make sure that that they got the best experience possible. Made sure that nobody else ended up, completing their order and potentially making it their new regular. Next, I got another order from Vaughn's, and this one was a DoorDash order, just a pickup and drop off. It was really quick, easy. It was $8. They gave me a $4 tip, which was nice. The last order I got just recently was a Smart and Final and a Sprouts order. It was a double pickup, single drop off. Total items was 24 items. Total miles, 2.1 miles. It took me 1 hour and 19 minutes, and I got paid $23.04. Before I go into some of the things I do in my downtime, I do want to kind of focus on this last order. I know technically, with these numbers that I just showed, I'm not really making a good wage. The one thing that you guys would, this only benefits people in California. So if you're not in California, let's just don't listen to this and go on to the next part. But because of the minimum wage that we get here, it took me 1 hour, 19 minutes, and I'm not sure exactly what my batch pay was, but I'll post it here. And I'm going to go ahead and do what they should be paying me for this order because of my minimum here in California. It should be closer to about $30-something. So I'm going to get an adjustment on Thursday for an added $10 probably because it took me so long. They're just going from one store to another. But anyways, one of the main things that you need to have when doing Instacart, especially with all the downtime, is a second phone. when you have a second phone, that is a lifesaver, because then now with that second phone, you could be watching YouTube, you can be, going on different social media platforms. Even if you wanted to do a second gig app, you could use your second phone. If you're doing edits on your phone, videos, let's say you're into stocks, crypto, any of that other things, having a second phone is really important, because you want to make sure that that first phone, your work phone, is always on the app, because when you go from one app to another app, there's that delay. And sometimes if it's a really good order and there's another diamond shopper in the circle with you, you won't be able to go from one app to that other app without that other diamond shopper swiping that order from you. So you always want to have your app opened. I actually do have an order right now, so I got to get in there. But you always want to have your app opened and ready to take an order when it comes to Instacart. So having a second phone is crucial for the downtime, because a lot of the times you'll kind of just be hanging out waiting, refreshing, and then you have your other phone here sitting, and then you're just watching a YouTube video, you're watching some shorts, you're on a social media like Twitter, scrolling. But you always want to have both phones next to each other, so that way when something pops up, it catches your attention, you go there and you just accept it. Crucial. Make sure you get yourself a second phone. But I'm gonna go knock out this order, so let's go. We actually got a no-tip order today, so the experiment is on. We've got some data. Let me go over these other orders really quick. I had this Sprouts 10-item order. It's only a half a mile. Knocked it out in 26 minutes. Got paid $11.89. Fairly easy. It was right up the street, so that's why I picked it up. There was a lot of waiting in between all my orders today, and you really need to find a way to keep yourself entertained when it comes to working Instacart. Some people read books. Other people, they have other jobs. If you're into investing, looking up charts is definitely a really good way. Learning, make yourself better. That's what you should be focusing on your downtime. But anyways, let's get to that tip order, that no-tip order. Stater Brothers. It came from Stater Brothers. Of course it would come from Stater Brothers. I mean, they come out of everywhere. Smart and Final, Sprouts, whatever. But anyway, so this is the details. 8 items. Total miles was right under a mile, 0.9 miles. Knocked it out in 24 minutes, $7.95. So the base pay was $7.95. All the items were freezer items. It was all on one aisle. Pizzas and pastas and chicken and different frozen items. And it was kind of odd, because I would reach out to the customer and he wouldn't respond. I think it was a woman. She wouldn't respond. And I was just trying to get a hold of her, messaging her, because there was a couple items missing. That's why it took me a little longer than it should have. At the same time, I'm trying to provide excellent service. And this is something that I would do for all my customers. I message twice. And if they don't respond to my messages, then at that point, I call them twice. That's me trying to really reach out to the customer to make sure I get the item that they want. Sometimes I'll just message. Honestly, for this, I should have just messaged. And honestly, I probably would have okay, I'm going to be a little open with you guys. If the customer isn't tipping me great, I will probably only message. So if they're only tipping me $2, $3, $5, okay, I'll try. I'll try, especially if your order's kind of simple. If your order's kind of, it's a tough order, and you're still only messaging me $5, $2, $3, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to message and I'm not going to call you twice. Maybe I'll call you only once. But if it's somebody that I'm really trying to, give excellent service to, I'm going to do my best to reach out to that individual and try to figure out exactly what that person wants. So I called the person. Luckily, she answered the first time, and she just wanted it refunded. She's like, no, I'm okay. I don't want anything. And I was like, okay. I was able to get all of her other items, delivered it. But it was just interesting how she never responded to my messages. And when she did answer the phone, she sounded a little surprised. She was like, why are you calling me, kind of voice. And I think she's not used to being called by shoppers, because it seems as if you're not a tipper. So if someone's shopping for you, you're not tipping them. Maybe they're not reaching out to you. Maybe they're just swapping your items. So when you get someone like me reaching out to you, trying to go above and beyond, you're a little like questioning, like, what the hell? Like, what do you want? But okay, cool. So would I do it again? For me personally, because of Prop 22, yes. Other areas, I wouldn't suggest. If you're in another state and you have a customer who's not tipping like this, then just don't do it. Like, it's not worth your time. There's so much that can go bad around an order like this, that you're not even being compensated appropriately to be taking orders like this. For me, I can, because of the area that I live in. I did get a final order. I'm cutting my day short. I'm taking a couple days off just because I've been working a lot, and I know it's early. Right now it's 7 o'clock. I've already finished. Right now I'm gonna get some personal stuff for me at the store, and then I'm taking the rest of the day off. I'm taking tomorrow off. Don't expect another video for a couple days. I might work Sunday, keep it a short day. I'm taking Monday off. So I'm going to be giving myself some time off. Don't be expecting to hear have a bunch of videos. I'll try. But anyways, final order. Sprouts, 28 items, 3 miles, knocked out an hour and 6 minutes. I paid $23.24. It was not a bad order. Not a bad order at all. I'm estimated today probably around 130, 140. I'll go ahead and post up exactly how much it is for the day. It was kind of a slow day. The orders I got were good. I got a lot of good orders in there. You know, the dollar to mile ratios were great. The dollar to item ratios were pretty decent. It's just the issue was the downtime. There's a lot of downtime with Instacart, and that's why a lot of people like DoorDash. But then I don't like DoorDash because the miles. We don't got to get into that. You've got to find something to do to keep yourself entertained and making yourself better. That way you can make sure that even in your downtime, you're making something happen. You're making yourself better. You're making money on the side. You know, I'm really big into interest-bearing assets. I'm big on crypto. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm definitely really big into interest-bearing assets. So figuring out how to get the money that you made from Instacart and get that working for you while you're sleeping. So that way every day, no matter what, you're always making money. We can talk about that in another video if people want to, but if not, that's fine. We're going to end this video here. Hope everyone has a great day, great night. Do the best you can. Don't let anybody, throw you off your game. Enjoy it. Almost forgot the most important part. No, the customer never raised the tip. There was no cash tip. There was no adjustment after at all. I mean, maybe, they get up to 24 hours. I'll make sure to keep everybody up to date on all of these no tippers and see if any of these no tippers, have a change of heart and add a little extra at the end. But if not, it's fine. It's just a test anyways. I'm not going to be taking these no tipper tips order in the future. Like, no, thank you, baby. Like, all right, later.